Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of FIFA 15 with Accrington. We are in our second season. We have, I just recalled our scouts to have a look at some of the free agents that are available. The one I am really interested in signing is I believe he's a regen, just by looking at his stats. An 18-year-old with stats like this, you got to say it's fantastic, and I think he's a regen. Finishing looks to be unbelievable. So my scouts are due back in a couple of days, and hopefully we will have them out and about, and we will have these players scouted by the end of June. We have 5 players on the transfer list. We have Winard, a centre-back rated 57. We have Little, a left-back rated 59. Joyce, a centre-mid rated 57. Alaskiata, left-mid rated 57. And Proctor, a CDM rated 56. Hopefully we can get some offers in for a couple of these players and then replace them with others. Some of our star players may leave. It depends how much we receive bids for. I'm thinking Ntuli is one. I may and theoretically don't want to let him go, but I was going to say this guy Tarek Hamid, but if we receive an offer big enough, he's valued at 425,000 from it's Pescara with the offer. Apparently we can get between 495,000 and 550,000. Well, I'm going to counter, and I'm going to say they can have him for 750,000. It's one of those. I want a good amount of money for him, which will allow me to bring in several players. We have Ntuli out for 6 weeks, so he's not going to be leaving. The cup objective is to reach a round of 32, and we know the league objective, which is to gain automatic promotion. And yet the board still found it convenient to just give me 140,000 in transfer budget. So Arsenal have completed Giovanni Dos Santos signing for 22 million, we can see, and we're just sort of chugging along through. In fact, we've done. They're going to offer me 625,000. I'm going to counter that, and I'm going to say you can have him for 675,000. I just want that a little bit more. So yeah, I think by the time we've got through July, we should have a good idea of what these free agents are rated, and then see who we can bring in. I'm thinking if we can get 675,000, if Pescara come back and say yes, as Chelsea signed Jackson Martinez, it's a fantastic deal. But they still said 625,000. You can have him for 675. I am being greedy, but I'm thinking if we are given, say we're given 5, we'll make it easy. We're given 520,000 by the board after he's been sold. That works out. Divide that by 52 weeks. That's 10 grand a week. That allows us to sign players plus the 3 grand a week we've already got. That's 13,000. That's one player out, and that's 5 players in, which will allow us to bolster the squad and hopefully have no more 3-0 forfeits like we did. And the match did have Pescara, so Tarek Hamid could be on his way out, so that means we are going to be in need of a CDM. But I did see some news I was interested in, and club news. Promotion is the only goal at Accrington. Predicted finish is 7th. Key player is Bongi Ntuli. Accrington fans are already baying for promotion push this season. Taking up goal scoring slack is apparently Tarek Hamid, who's on his way out. A player who looks like a bright prospect is Laurie Noble, who is on his way out. So let's have a look and see. Right, 4 days remaining for these two to be scouted, and Josh Rose has a load. 4 days for Brivio, but it looks like it's between 66 and 72 for his finishing. Decent ball control, heading accuracy is good, shot power is good. Midfielders, this is the guy who may come in. I think we may bring 2 or 3 of these in. Alusta was one, but I think this guy, Vizcarrondo, he is going to be one that definitely comes in. He has some decent stats there, and along with Tim Payne, he may be the other one that comes in to take up the slack in midfield. Rios may come in, but he's a cam, and I think we may look to bring Ahmed Fathi in, who wants £12.50 a week. I'm sure Vizcarrondo is 3. Tim Payne, I'm sure, is 3. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Yeah, Tim Payne, I'm sure you were 3 a week. You are 3 Gs a week, so that's 3,4250. That's 7,250 plus Birivio. What were you on? 2,000. So wow, his value is 375,000. Interesting. But yes, that's 9,000 in wages plus any other players. We do need to sign a goalkeeper. That is one thing we need to make sure we get done, is a keeper or 2. I may bring 2 in just so we have the cover, but we're going to have to see. A lot of it depends on whether Tarek actually leaves, but we'll have to see. We may be able to actually sign players for actual cash with what we have left from this sale. There's 9 offices, but a lot of these are scouting reports. Okay, so Romalo is overall of 57. Henry Azogwe overall of 59. He could be one to bring in just to bolster the squad as well. Henry Azogwe. Birivio, this is the guy who I want to see. Overall is 64. Right, he is the first player we are going to sign up. 4-year deal. We'll offer him important first team play. He probably will be crucial, but I think I want to just offer him that for now. Right, let's have a look. Right, Alustiza, we'll say that's 58 overall. Vizcarrondo 63 overall. Rios 57. Fathi 60. Tim Payne 62. So you see there we've sold a 64 rated, and I can bring in a 63 rated, I can bring in a 62 rated, and I can bring in a 60 rated in midfield. 58 rated if I want another young kid as well. Das rated 57. Keepers, Rehat rated 55. Quinoz 54. And Spoonley rated 56. So Spoonley's 56 and he is 28 years old, so he's going to be removed. Reho's 55. Quinoz. See, I might bring in both of these two guys, 23 years old and 19 years old. Bolsters the team up, and I think it's a good bit of business to get both of those in. So let's find out how much the board will give. The board will give us 575,000. So let's move all of that to wages, and then I keep on forgetting we had his wage as well. That he was always on he was on £5 a week. So there you go. We've got 20 grand a week now. There are a few players we could look to bring in as well. To be honest, you know, we do have Andras Struna we can bring in. He wants 4 grand a week. We know he's going to be worth a bit, but for now I'm going to bring in these 2 centre mids as well. Goal bonus, 4-year deal. I'm going to make them both important first team players for now. Hopefully they both accept that, and then we'll take it from there. Payne as well. 4-year deal, important first team player. So that's 6,000 plus the 2 for the striker. That's 8,000 gone. We'll sign Ahmed Fathi as well. Right. We're going to offer him squad rotation. He's only 17 years old. He can't expect to be a crucial first team player. Rios, no. Finishing for Azogwe is 61, but it's 68 for Romalo. He's 24. I'm going to have to go with Azogwe. He's younger. And he wants £12.50 a week. Squad rotation. It bolsters the squad. See, we've sold one player and potentially brought in a minimum of 5 there, and I still think that leaves us 10 grand a week in wages. So if I drop that down to 15 grand a week, that leaves me with 2,300 for transfer budget, but I'm not, because what I want to do, I just want to have a look. I want to see the state of these goalkeepers. There's Bone we can bring in. We'll ask to scout just to see. Jose Carvalho, Gabu, Peter Johnston, no. Gonzalez, no. Sabrata Pal, no. Pengo. See, I think with these keepers, these are going to want first team football straight away, and we just can't offer them first team football as we do have our keeper. But if any of these guys, see, Jose Carvalho, could be. Let's see what he wants actually. See, he only wants 5 grand a week. We'll scout him and see what he's actually worth. Report complete. 1, 2. No, he's got a red and a load of oranges, whereas Carvalho hasn't. Bone, yeah, it's got red. Sabrata Pal. How much do you want a week? 6 grand a week. We'll scout him and see what he's doing, see how he is. We may need to bring in a centre back. It depends who actually gets sold. And obviously we need to keep some funds to one side, but we can move forward as a PSG win race for Samir Handanovic. Interesting. Liverpool have signed Paul Pogba, who agreed 150 grand a week wage, and I'm thinking about trying to only pay players 2,000–3,000 a week. So Azogwe has accepted, Payne has accepted, Fathi has declined. Yeah, we offered him squad rotation, he just wouldn't accept it, would he? Well, we can say you're going to be an important first team player, but I'll probably be lying to you. So Azogwe has accepted. We can gladly get him in. He was a squad rotation player, wasn't he? Tim Payne, get you in as well. Right, so that's dropped me down to 16,000 in transfer budget. Sorry, not transfer budget, in wage budget. But we do have a fair few players. There we go. Ooh, Rivio has rejected. This is the guy I need to get in, so we're going to offer you a crucial first team. You will split the role. Vizcarrondo has accepted. So with Vizcarrondo coming in and Biriveo hopefully coming in, that's going to leave me 11,000 in terms of wages available. Romalo, and again we see we've got 4 strikers now, so unless we get a decent offer for one of our strikers, I'm happy to stick with the strikers that we have. Fathi has accepted that contract. This is bolstering the squad out nicely. We're getting some young players in, which, yes, it will be nice to get our own young guys in that we actually know about, but right now we're just going to have to bring in the ones that we can and the ones that are available to us here. So that's taken us down to about 10,000 in wages. Transfer offer for Dean Winnard, centre back. Dean Winnard, 120,000 from Dagenham. We'll ask for 150, just because I'm selling him to a rival. And then let's have a quick look. I don't think there's any real decent centre backs in the free agency list. So let's go centre backs. Let's actually go transfer listed just to see who's around. Grant Hall at Spurs. It doesn't look too bad. Contract expiring in 12 months. Transfer list, he's on 7 grand a week. Okay. Bjarne Thurkel. Not the greatest. Ermin Alec, nothing. Luismi, nothing. Santiago Altamaria, nothing. Paolo Bianco, doesn't look too bad, but he's 37. Unai Abuzi, Not bad. So it's only really Grant Hall, but I don't really think we can afford his wages. So I do have an option. I'll tell you what. Let's have a look at right backs, because there could be a half decent right back. I'd love to get this Daniel Effeline, but it's Swansea. We're not. Ooh, let's scout him actually. Mark Hornshush, we know roughly around him. He's been in other. I'm sure I had him in another career mode. £7 a week, so I'm going to say no. Zefen of Olympique Lyonnais, £4 a week. Let's scout him. Tobias Schlick. Nope. I'm sure this guy was a centre back. Nope, don't want to do that. Okay, maybe it's telling me to buy him. Okay, so we've got a couple of right backs that we can have a look at, but my thoughts were potentially there's Andras Struna, who we can look at picking up maybe and have him as a right back, and instead of picking up a centre back, we use Milanov in that role instead of using him as a right back, which we know he can play. We keep him as a centre back, and we have Andras Struna as a right back instead. But I'll change formation, didn't I? So we do have two up front. So if I sell a striker, I need to bring another striker in. 4 strikers should be enough. And Thule has recovered from his injury, but we're not going to play him in this game. We're going to go straight in with one of our new guys. Where's he? Oh, he's not signed yet, has he? Bollards. So we'll go with Azogwe up front. Vizcarrondo, let's have you straight in for Joyce. Proctor, let's have you off there, and we will have Fathi on the bench. There he is, actually, he has signed. Biravino, you on the bench. Tim Payne, let's get you on the bench for Winard. So this is the thing, guys, we're getting rid of players who are rated in the 50s, and we're bringing players in 60. Yes, there was, I think, was it 1 or 2 maybe that were low, that were high 50s. But we're getting rid of players. I mean, if we get rid of these players that are 57, well, 3 that are 57, one's 56 and one's 59. We've brought in a fair chunk of players that are 60 plus. I think if Andras Struna comes in, he will be 60 plus, and we've potentially got rid of a 57 rated defender. But Vizcarrondo scores. Kumalo is injured. Zogwe got booked. So, right, 2 offices. Kumalo out for Aldred. Is not playing much and he's unhappy about that. You'll get your chance, fella, don't worry about that. But it looks like we've got a game against DC United coming up. Final scout report. Dagenham retransfer offer. They've matched it. Okay, so Andras Struna, let's have a look. You are rated at 62 and you're on £4 a week. Bone, 61. Sabrata Pal, 64, you want £6 a week. Carvalho, 65 and you want £5 a week. And we're still looking after some others. So we have goalkeeping options. But I'm thinking, what am I thinking? Actually, I want to see what happens. 54. I think I'm going to sign this Reha. He's young. It's another keeper in, and I'm thinking it's just a backup whether we have him in. He's 19. The other guy was slightly older and rated lower, to be honest. So that's one reason why I don't want him. Spoonley he's rated 1 higher, but he's what, 9 years older. So no chance of getting him in. Struna is one we could bring in. Das is another one we could bring in. He wants £12.50 a week just to help the team out. But he's 57, see. Then again, I suppose we're getting rid of. If we want to be bringing in 60 plus players, I know they're younger, so we can make that compensation, but I don't really want to if I can help it. Right, Sort the squad out for this game. Azogwe out. And we'll go with Biriveo, who's gone up to a 65 already. Aldred. So you on for Velasco. Buxton off for Milanov. Kamalo out of there. Little in there. Galindo, let's have you in for Fathi. And Bejarano, we know we've got Hatfield. Let's get some of these young guys on the bench just to give them a bit of experience and a bit of game time. Joyce for Galindo. There we go. Yeah, so we changed formation towards the end of last season, didn't we? To the I was thinking we only played one up front, so therefore 4 strikers would be too many. But I'm now thinking 4 strikers is just going to be about right. We may potentially pick up another one just so we got the 5, but it will make sure it's a really young kid that can just potentially go out on loan. Right, lose this game 1-0. Espindola with the goal for DC United after 51 minutes. Only 1 substitution was made. And we have an offer for Proctor. Winard has gone, so that's a centre-back gone, so we are going to need to bring in someone of that ilk. And Andy Proctor, CDM, yep, just I'm going to accept that. I don't really care what his value is. We're getting him out of there as well, so that's what, 1,500 on the wages. There's 130,000 on the transfers. Move that across, there you go. Up to 13,000, so we could look to bring in another, we could look to bring in either a Luster or Rios. I will go with a Luster, we'll give him a chance to shine. 4-year deal. Sporadic first team, and we'll work our way up from that. Hopefully accept sporadic first team. Andras Struner, let's sign him up. We'll call him a crucial first team player. If he does us for 2 seasons, he gets us into the next level and the next tier of football, and helps us helps us out. Player sold, Proctor. Rejas has accepted his contract. This is the young keeper, so that allows us 12 grand still on wages. Player sold, Proctor, which we're happy about. Is this the start of the season coming up against AFC Wimbledon? It is. It's only 2 pre-season games this time around. I'll take it up to the first game of the season and then we'll call it a day there. We've got between 20 and 25 minutes episode, depending on what we get done here. Loic Fajui, my goalkeeper, we have received an offer from Wolves. 950,000. Holy shit. Christ, I wasn't expecting something like that. We do have other options. I'm going to... Struner has accepted. Let's get him in. And the young guy wants... He wants more. He's going to want a bigger role, isn't he? So, squad rotation. I haven't offered him the 4 years, so we may come back and say no. But transfer offer. We have Wolves who have offered 950,000 and Ipswich Town who have offered 950,000. So I am actually going to leave the episode there. What I will quickly do though is say, yes, we have those offers, but we also have seen, we do have other goalkeeping options. Our guy is rated 64 and I think he's 23. There's a 61 keeper here. Boney we can pick up, use him as a backup. Sabrata Pal is 64,000. Carvalho is 65 rated. Sorry, Pal's 64 rated, not 65,000. This guy's 5 grand a week. It's 65. I don't know how much Fajui is actually going to improve. That is the one worry, is we don't know how much he's going to improve. We could sell him and he could improve further. But he is currently rated 64 and he's 23 years old. There's a couple of keepers around him who we could sign. I will quickly look now and show you transfer listed goalkeepers. See if there's any of these. If someone here comes, I mean, there's Ben Amos. Ben Amos could be a good keeper to sign. £8 a week he wants. We can afford that easily if we sell for Jouet. And Ben Amos's stats look pretty nice. We'll actually look to scout him. This guy, Jug from Bordeaux. £5 a week. We'll scout him. Augustin Cusillas. We'll scout him just so we can have a look. Contract expiring in 11 months. He's only on £3 a week. Antonio Rosati. Bit too old, but nice stats apart from his kicking. David Cornell from Swansea. Not that great. Benjamin Siegrist. Wow, this guy could be okay. We'll scout him. Yanis Blasevic from Borussia Mönchengladbach. There's Jordi Masip from Barca. £30 a week. We can't afford him. Blasevic, £2 a week. Marco Sportello. Nope. Matthew Gogla. Marcus Bentenley from Fulham. Paul Mathis, 45 rated keeper. Holy crap. Yeah, let's sign him up. Richard Wright. Theo Gorfuni. Oh, wow. Zlatan Almerovic. We'll have a look at him. £7 a week. I'll gladly pay that. He looks a bit of a tasty one. So, guys, there's some other goalkeeping options. We have, as it stands, £9,500 per week. We have two offers, both of the same value for Jouet. Do I accept both? Do I reject both? Do I accept one and be cheeky with the other and say, pay me more? Our assistant says we can go up to about 1.1 million. It's a lot to think about. It's a lot to take in. Guys, yeah. What to do, what to do? Let me know in the comments below what you think, and I'm not going to touch this until you guys have your say. I honestly have no idea what to do. Part of me says sell him, as we've seen there are other keepers around, and maybe just stall until we get the scouting options back, because we don't want to be left basically shafted with no keeper. So stall the offers and then accept once we get some scouting reports back. I don't know what to do. This is reaching you on Sunday morning, so yeah, it will probably be Tuesday night I'll be doing the next recording, so it's a couple of days for you guys to get your thoughts across. Let me know what you think. Should I sell him? Should I not? Should I ask for more money? Should I just accept 950,000? The board will give me, say, £750,000 to spend. That's a lot of money. But guys, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Cheers.